City leaders are looking back on 2025 and pleased with the way crime is trending down. CPD's preliminary crime stats show Chicago saw the fewest number of homicides recorded since 1965, a 60-year low. Jermont Terry is live with a closer look at crime data and what some say contributed to this decrease. Jermont.
Erica, Chicagoans are used to seeing crime slow down when the single-digit temperatures hit. But what these year-end data numbers reveal is that something changed in 2025. The question is, will it continue this year? In the final days of 2025, shots echoed outside St. Sabina Church, leaving 3 men shot, including one player at the Catholic Church's basketball league in Auburn Gresham.
We were violated by this happening at St. Sabina because this is our community.
Chicago police released these images of 2 men they believe are connected to the December 28th shooting. All 3 victims survived and now fall into a category so many do in Chicago, a shooting victim. Early crime numbers show in 2025, 1,847 people were shot, compared to more than 2,700 shooting victims in 2024.
I got probably 20 to 25 phone calls within 24 hours after it was put on the news, giving me names.
Father Michael Flager with St. Sabina says that's key in driving down crime, people stepping up and helping CPD.
When everybody steps up and says enough is enough, things change.
The preliminary stats show 416 people were murdered in 2025. In 2024, there were 587 homicides. Shootings were down 35%, robberies down 36%, and aggravated batteries down 11%.
To the mother whose child got shot or killed last weekend, or this weekend, that doesn't mean a damn thing. Until there is nobody being shot, the work continues.
Back in 2018, he and others shut down the Dan Ryan Expressway, protesting to bring violence to everyone's face. He says for years, neighborhoods thought they were immune from the violence, and now the crime has spread.
Once everybody starts to see that nobody is really safe anywhere, and everybody gets involved, that's when we stop it.
Now, later this month, the city plans to release a comprehensive 2025 crime data report that will reveal and break down the ages and where most of these crimes took place. Live in the control room tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS News, Chicago. Erica?
Jermont, thank you.
Hey, here we go. Hey, back for some more. Yeah. You know, we gon' do it like that. We gon' call it that too. Do it just like that, man. Hey, they read the rapper, listen. Yeah.
What's going on, family? It's your boy, Theory, and I'm your host for This Is Water Podcast. This is Water Podcast. This is Water Podcast. But yeah, we're back. If you don't know right now, This Is Water. It is an empirical podcast where we bounce enlightenment off one another. And if we know what water is, we understand and know that water is one of the most essential things to life. So chances are there's life, chances are there's water. More than likely there's water. Happy New Year's. We're dropping this on New Year's. 2025 coming to a close. So once again, Happy New Year's. Happy 2026. Be selfish, you know? Be selfish. Put some money in your bank account. Care about your body a little more. I'd say that's all. But let's get right into it. We know that this podcast is empirical. It's a day-to-day thing. I don't have my handy dandy notebook today. It's almost like a freestyle going off the dome. And technically not a freestyle since it occurs empirical, which means, once again, with the befores creates the recording. Let's get right into it. Growing up, we all from certain areas. My favorite book is The Great Gatsby, right? The Great Gatsby. I read a few books, and that book just stood out to me always. Always stood out to me. And the only reason it stood out to me because it kind of made sense or answered my perception, my views, my questions. So growing up, my mind and my mental was constructed due to the life experiences, etc. So that made my mind, that made my views made who I am. So reading that book, I believe like the first page or first few pages, first chapter, the main character, I believe is Nick, talking about what his father or someone said, and the totality, it was that you can't judge or etc. because everybody come from different. Everyone don't have the same opportunities as you, right? That's what they say. Everyone don't have the same opportunities, and that stuff right there blew my mind because it made sense. Certain people act certain ways because they all, they're different. Everyone is different. Everyone have their own originality, cultural differences, whatever, right? We always touch up on the main differences of one another, which is all right because everyone is legitimately not the same. Even if you're identical, you're not the same. The way we breathe, everyone breathe different to a point where it changes your, the way you talk, the way you speak, spit. That's why you have like music, certain artists, the way one breathe, the way really one spit, that would make them unique. So when they sound like somebody else, you'd be like, whatever, sound the same. But they're not using that originality, right? Everyone have different oxygen levels, what produces a different, whatever, to the brain that allow you to talk different, sound different, even think different. But yeah, write that book completely blew my mind. So it changed. It's not. I ain't gonna say it changed, but it definitely answered some of my perspective questions. Once again, I also think I have a sociologist like mind or a social science overall mind, where I'm thinking about the certain subjects, anthropology, psychologies, sociologies. Just things that we question as human beings, right? We question certain things. Ew, why you act like that? Why they act like that? It's a great question. It's a great question. The fact that you can question why does someone act like that, now you have to question, well, how they acting. Is it normal? Is it abnormal? Right? The fact that you gotta question some make you question. It's just my mindset. I don't think I was ever the same as the next Joe, as the next Joanna, right? No matter who I was with, no matter who I was around, I always was myself. I always understood that I had this ability and autonomy. No matter the influence, no matter the surrounding area, peers, etc. But this led me to see the outside view, right? So once again, the experiences I seen shape the mental, the views, and then that stuff create who you are. I'm not going to say that hard knock life, right? You think you have a hard life, homie got a harder life. We all know how that go. So being a young fella, a young melanated fella, growing up in 773, Chicago, Illinois, right? It does things to you. It does things to you. And when you really realize Chicago, let's see right now. It's a new era. So it's probably like 22 something million, maybe 1.7, I don't know, growing up type stuff. So now I say Chicago have roughly maybe around 2.7, 3 million people. That's 3 million people. So Chicago population is 3 million, right? However, been a young melanated fellow growing up in Chicago. Your district, your neighborhood, your parents bring you into whatever area you in. That's all you really going to know. So that 3 million people, not even a quarter of that. You won't even see a quarter of that 3 million people. And I don't mean exact you're going to see 3 million people, but the fact that it's 3 million people in this city where all I know is Rockweiler, Pitbull, and Frenchie. They're my homies. They're my homegirls, right? So 3 million people, and I don't see a quarter of that. Maybe when we go downtown, but you're young, you're developing. You don't have that mindset where you understand it. There's 3 million people here. East, west, north, south. Those coordinates, those directions. You don't really understand it or see it. There's 3 million people. Everyone comes from different. Over east don't understand out west don't understand out south don't understand out north. Completely different. All interrelated connections, but completely different. Yeah, we all from Chicago. Yeah, right? I'm from Chicago. Are you from Chicago? Well, I'm all from out west. From over east. I'm from south. Okay? From up north. Right? And once again, 3 million people. However, don't see a quarter of it. Average young melanated fellow can be an average non-melanated fellow. You know, fellette even. But yeah, when you put that into perspective, it's so much. However, it's so micro because the lenses you seeing, the lenses you have on, dictate the experiences, the mental views, which creates you. And once again, being a young melanated in Chicago, you see a bunch of stuff. Your life bad or suck. Oh, your homie life bad or sucker. More-ish. That's a word. Just made it up. Potentially. So, when we really think about it, everyone is different. Everyone comes from different opportunities. So we can never judge. Because everyone don't have the same opportunities as you. Everyone is unique. Those experiences we see makes the perceptions, and the perceptions make who we are. So moving forward, when we think of Chicago, we think of, oh, Windy City, I guess, right? Chicago Bears, White Sox, Cubs, food, for sure. Food. But we also think of something that's always getting debated. It's always getting debated. And that is crime. Crime, guys. That is crime. It's crime. That's something that's always getting debated. It's crime. Yeah, I mean, who better, the Sox or the Cubs? Yeah, etc. One of the World Series 10 years apart from each other, technically, something like that. Yeah, right. The whole crime thing is becoming I used the right word. I used the right word. I used the right term. I used the right word, guys. Hey, I guess we can use it all. We can use an endemic, we can use an epidemic, and we can also use a pandemic. So we got endemic is the amount of particular disease that is usually present in a community is also called a baseline. Epidemic, an increased, often sudden, and number of cases of a disease above what is normally expected in that population in a specific area. Pandemic and epidemic that has spread over several countries or continents and affect many people. Hey, I guess we can use them all, right? I guess we can use them all. We got epidemic. We call it our community, right? Once again, we see these lenses we have. The lenses, the prescription was made by the experiences. Now the prescription was made by the experiences. Now that's how I see. That's how I see. Right? That's how I see now. What's your prescription? I don't know. Let me see my experiences. I got to get the answer from my empirical experiences, right? A common question from a young melanated fella, Chicago, growing up. When you jump off the porch. When you jump off the porch. 3 million people in a city. How many will and able to recognize the question and answer the question? 3 million people in Chicago. How many is legit able to know what does when you jump off the porch mean? Right? Common question. You're the melanated fella. So, getting back to it, the lenses, the experiences. So you see completely different from 200, or not 200, 2,999,999, whatever, right? You see a little different from them. They glasses prescription might be a little different. But their experiences they occurred and seen allow them to fill a prescription on their lenses. But the crime, it's all of those right now. It's all of those because it started in the communities. It can be a paradox. We also know about paradox. It can be an up, it can be a down thing. It can be a down, it can be an up thing. Did the up cause the down? Did the down cause the up? So was it a macro thing that became micro, or was it a micro thing that became macro, right? But yeah, we have it in our community. It's the crime. Chicago, Illinois, Windy City, aka now Chirac. Chirac. Now Chirac. My experiences that made my lenses is that I always seen crime. What's our definition of crime? Let's see. Once again, crime, an action or omission that constitute an offense that may be prosecuted by the state and is punishable by law. An act or activity that is considered to be shameful, wrong, or mistaken. Right? So that is crime. Always been there. Something that haven't went away. But the huge debate is that crime decreased. That it decreased. Crime decreased. Crime went down. Once again, 3 million people, right? In a city. That 3 million, their lenses, whatever that prescription they got in their glasses, it might not be crime. Whatever experiences that allow your prescription to see might don't involve crime. But being a young melanated fella in Chicago, chances are you know what jumped off the porch is. You know what crime is. Do you understand it? Completely different different question. Completely different question, right? But yeah, growing up, you're a young fella. You see all this stuff, which is indicated as crime, stealing, a lot of violence, gun violence, physical fighting, a lot of anger, a lot of disparity among one another, a lot of disparity among the police law. See all this stuff. So the whole point, honestly, is that crime, right? They say it went down. However, when we're looking at 3 million people, in order for us to pay attention, we're literally basically saying that all 3 million people have to be impacted. It went down because all 3 million people has not been impacted. As silly as it sounds, ridiculous as it sounds, absurd as it sounds, that's really the reality of it. It's 3 million people. But if 150,000 get impacted, then the leftover that's beating 150 is outweighing the risk. So risk reward, right? So reward is that we can save. Got my handy dandy notebook, right? Handy dandy notebook. So this is how some look at it. 3,950,000 would be 2.85. 2.85, right? So we're saving 2.85. There's no crime. It went down or it's almost non-existent. Okay. All right. Let's see this. Let's just put out a question, right? It said I just threw out a question. How many babies born in Chicago? Let's go 2025, right? Let's just go 2025. Typically around 30,000. So it's minus another 30 G's. Another 30,000. All right. That's just a question. 30,000 babies. Babies saying crime. Woo. Different ball game right there. But I did that basically to break down of how we view it, right? How we view demographics. So we have 2.8. We got 2.82 left million people have not seen crime. That can be accounted for at least. Babies shouldn't be accounted for, right? And I'm pretty sure they count those for that 3 million as well. But the totality is that those 200,000, those 300,000 people that is seeing it, doesn't matter. It don't matter. The mayor, the people that's saying this stuff, it doesn't matter. How can you tell someone that you have? Let's break it down even further, right? Let's break it down even further. Let's break it down even further. Right? Let's take 90% off. Let's take 90% off. 2.82 million. So we got 90% of that minus 2.82 minus 2.5. So we got 2,820,000 minus 2 million. And let's just round to 6. So that's minus 2.8 minus 2.6. 2.8 minus 2.6. That leaves us with 300,000, right? Leaves us 300,000. So now I can tell someone that, hey, crime went down, you know. However, the empirical experiences that created the prescription for their lenses, their glasses, is nothing but crime. It's nothing but crime. That's all they see is crime. That's all they see is crime. You telling someone that crime is down when they literally all they see is it? Like, how can you tell someone that crime is down when their empirical experiences that cause their prescription to see nothing but crime? Sometimes you don't want to wear glasses. Hey, sometimes prescription is needed for you. It's given to you. And you wake up saying, man, I need glasses, right? But it is a pretty, I don't know if it's controversy, but it is legit. Once again, couldn't be a paradox. How can you tell someone like, hey, crime down, crime is getting taken care of, When every day you see someone being murdered, shot, robbed, beaten severely. Every day though, but it's down. If there's 365 days considerably in a year, and you see it going on every day, come on. The news, once again, they might not see it. That 2.2 now might not see it. But what about that 300,000 that's seeing it every day? That 300,000 seeing it every day. But I also think with a lot of this stuff, earlier I said when you jump off the porch, right? No matter how that 3 million, how big that 3 million sound, it's still so small. It's still so small. Because if I'm part of that 300,000 still, whatever, if I'm part of that 300,000, I'm inside that 3 million, but I'm still part of that 300,000. That makes sense? Right? So if I'm part of that 3 million, but I'm still a part of that 300,000 too. So no matter if I'm in that 3 million, I'm still in 300,000 where I'm going to see 299,000. I'm going to see someone that's 298,000. I'm going to see somebody that's still a part as well of that 300,000. So what I'm leading with is that when one say you jump off the porch, if you understand that, you understand that. I don't really got to go too much more into it, but I will elaborate further by saying, how can one have ops, right? Oppositions. That's what that means. Bum J, hey, he the first one I heard talking about a lot of that Chicago gangster music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people think all this YN stuff new. Once again, potentially, but one of the Chicago founders of that drill music, I would say, is Bum J. Bum J. Sticks, Glocks, all that, etc. Bumby Johnson. Welcome to Grammyville, But ops and all this. I'm a citizen, a regular citizen, melanated, right? Attempt to do the prosperous and right things, law-abiding citizen, pay taxes, whatever you want to call it. I rarely do anything. I really go outside. I rarely try to put myself in positions to do anything if it's not in front of you guys, creative, even playing video games, work, etc. However, anytime I do go somewhere, I legit see someone I would know or past, however you want to call it, right? I see someone I know unintentionally. It's unintentional. Then plan for you to come, then plan for you to be here, then plan for you to know I'm here, etc. Right? This is at a constant. It's at a constant every time, all the time, for sure. So if I'm a degular civilian, you telling me you putting yourself in certain positions that you have ops, right? You telling me that you put yourself in a position where someone is looking for you at a constant, when you see people all the time unintentionally, or you see stuff all the time unintentionally, and now you put yourself in a position of intent, that's a mind boggler right there if you really think about it. How many times you run into, guess what I ran into? Now it's potentially running into somebody or whatever, right? That's just one of the the benefits of having ops. I'm not sure that's a benefit, but that what comes with it when you sign up for that whatever y'all call it. But yeah, that's a logic there when you think about it. How does you maneuver? You won't be able to. What? How long? That 3 million. Yeah, it's 3 million total, but you're still part of that 300,000. So yeah, you're gonna see something from that 300,000, no matter how big that 3 million sound, or no matter how many around in total of that 3 million you are with. It's still 300,000 part of it. Still 300,000 part of it. So yeah, living in Chicago, this how it works. All you need to know is 10 people to know 3 million people. I guarantee, man, look, if you thinking I'm flogging, all you need to know is 10 people to know 3 million people in Chicago. I guarantee it. This how it's, we're like a web. I don't know, is other cities similar or like this? However, Chicago, Illinois. Oh, that bad doing it right by your homies. Right? All you need to know is 10 people, and you're gonna know more than 300,000. $3 million, even 10. Man, nearly infinite combos right there. Know them. Oh, you know them. Oh yeah, cool. I know them. They know them. They know me. Oh snap, that's bro. That's your bro. Yeah, I know them. They know me. Yeah, I rock with them. Yeah, remember that time? Woo. Then it's like, what the heck? You ain't even try to put yourself in that web, but now you in that web. You enter lock now with everyone. It's amazing. Go to college. You'll see. Yo, day one. It'll be like, dang, you went to school, dude? Yeah, man, that's my little uncle. That's my little uncle granddaddy. You're like, what? That's your little uncle granddaddy? For real? Yeah, I know them too, man. That's yeah. That's your little uncle granddaddy. Yeah, that's my granddaddy little uncle. You're like, oh wow. Who knew? Such a small world. But the severeness of it, that we can't honestly say crime is down when crime is constantly happening. But then we also can say it's down because it's not occurring to everyone. When I say everyone, 3 million people. How many of that 3 million say they seen a firearm? They seen someone get beat. They seen someone get robbed. They've been robbed. They know. When you start answering those type of questions, and then I guess they put that into perspective as crime down. But also reporting. I don't know how they getting that data, but you know, you telling me 500 murders different from 700 murders? Crime down. It's 200 less. 200 less murders. 200 less, I guess. Guess it's down. All right. I guess it's down. It's your boy Theory, and I am your host for This Is Water Podcast. Comment, share, like. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see here next. And once again, this is an empirical podcast, and we just bounce enlightenment off one another. We out.
Hey, here we go. Hey, back for some more. Yeah. You know we gon' do it like that. We gon' call it that too. Do it just like that, man. Hey, they read the rapper, listen. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, back for some more. then read the rapper giving out dusty flow. But it positive, I hear intellectual Negro.